Visual is like windows to the world. How does visual work exactly? Visual scanning refers to the process of systematically moving of the eyes across a visual scene to gather information. It's a fundamental aspect of visual perception and is essential for various tasks, including reading, searching for objects, and navigating through environments. Quick example, you are surrounded by a crowd full of people that are all wearing dark colors, and then you notice someone wearing a bright pop of color in the middle of the crowd, which make your eyes immediately be drawn to that person. This experience called visual salience. It is an essential process of our brains drawing our eyes to a certain point when we look at an image or a subject that stands out from their environment and immediately capture our attention. Next, it is known as the top-down and bottom-up process. Top-down processes is like viewing artwork, where individuals often bring their own goals, expectations, and prior knowledge to the experience, which guide their attention and interpretation, while bottom-up processes are driven by the characteristics of the stimuli like color, shape, or movement. Attention is a fundamental cognitive process that influences various aspects of perception, learning, memory, and behavior. It enables us to filter out irrelevant information, concentrate on relevant stimuli, and adapt to changing environmental demands. Enhanced cognitive flexibility. Attention allows us to shift our focus between different tasks or stimuli, promoting cognitive flexibility. This ability to adapt and switch attentional focus is crucial for problem-solving, creativity, and adapting to new situations. Improved relationships. Giving someone our full attention when they speak fosters better communication and deeper connections in relationships. It demonstrates respect, empathy, and understanding. Increased creativity. Attention allows us to explore ideas and stimuli more deeply, fostering creativity and innovation. By immersing ourselves fully in a task or problem, we can generate unique solutions and insights. Moving forward to motion perception, that refers to the ability to perceive and interpret the movement of objects or stimuli in our environment. It involves the brain's processing of visual information to detect, analyze, and make sense of motion cues. Detecting objects involves the ability to identify and track moving stimuli in static environment. This process involves the brain's ability to analyze and interpret visual information related to the movement of objects. Perceiving objects. Once motion is detected, the brain analyzes various features of the moving objects, such as shape, size, color, and texture. This feature analysis helps in identifying and distinguishing between different objects in motion. Perceiving events involves cognitive processing of sensory information to understand and interpret sequences of actions or changes occurring over time. It's fundamental to the comprehension of narratives, interactions, and the unfolding of experiences in the world around us. Motion response to still pictures involves how our brains perceive movement in static images. Apparent motion. Even in a static image, certain visual elements might create the illusion of motion. For example, if there are repeating patterns or shapes arranged in a sequence, our brain might perceive them as moving. This is the basis for the motion we perceive in moving signs that are used for advertising and entertainment. Induced motion is when our brain interprets motion of one object, causes a nearby stationary object to appear to move, like in this scenario of the moon and moving clouds. Next is motion after effect, when viewing a moving stimulus causes a stationary stimulus to appear to move. One example of a motion after effect is the waterfall illusion. Stationary objects appear to move in the opposite direction after viewing a moving stimulus for an extended period. Color perception serves multiple functions that are integral to human perception, communication, and interaction with the environment. It plays a crucial role in shaping our experiences and influencing our thoughts emotions and behaviors. Visual discrimination. Color perception allows us to distinguish between different objects, surfaces, and stimuli based on their color properties. This discrimination facilitates object recognition, helping us identify and categorize objects in our environment more efficiently. Next, color perception encourages visual communication. Think about the color-coded system used in traffic lights. The red, yellow, and green lights communicate specific messages to drivers, with red indicating stop, yellow signaling caution, and green signaling go. This color-coded system effectively communicates information about traffic regulations and controls vehicle movement. Watching a sunset with warm hues painting the sky. The vibrant colors of orange, pink, and purple contribute to the aesthetic beauty of the scene, enhancing your enjoyment and appreciation of nature's splendor. In the human brain, color processing primarily occurs in the visual cortex that includes V1 is where basic visual information, including color, is first processed. It receives input from the eyes and begins to analyze the raw visual data. V2 receives processed information from V1 and starts to organize it further. It plays a role in identifying basic shapes, textures, and colors. V4 is involved in important color processing and analyzing color information. Neurons in V4 are highly responsive to specific colors. V5 area is more involved in motion processing, but also plays a role in integrating color information with motion perception. Findings in trichromacy of color vision study, researchers compared the color perception of individuals with deuteranomaly to those with typical color vision. Surprisingly, despite differences in their cone pigments, both groups showed similar preferences for complex colors displayed on a computer monitor. However, individuals with deuteranomaly exhibited a stronger preference for red over yellow compared to the general population. In other words, even though their eyes perceive color differently, their brains may modify internal color perception to create a more typical experience. This study challenges the notion that individuals with deuteranomaly perceive colors vastly differently. It suggests that their brains may actively adapt to provide a more consistent color perception. Opponency of color vision study investigates how our brains create the perception of blue and yellow at the retinal level. They focused on S-cones, which are responsible for blue sensitivity, while surrounding area detects yellow light, which creates natural contrast between blue and yellow. Implications of horizontal cells suppress the S-cone response, which enhancing the perception of blue, while yellow light activates the surrounding of cones. The inhibitory surround response relies on calcium currents within the S-cone. This research provides a deeper understanding of color vision processing, particularly the role of S-cones. It paves the way for further exploration of the neural circuits involved in color vision.